Hi, I'm Dr. Yo, and you're watching Q&A with College Prep Express on Google Hangouts. What's Q&A with CPE on Google Hangouts? That's a good question. Glad you asked. Sometimes I think it'll be me, and we'll be fielding questions from students and parents at any phase of their high school careers or the college admissions process. So we actually have somebody here. Yay, terrific. All right, looks like Rebecca has joined our Google Hangouts. How lovely. Welcome, Rebecca.
Glad to be here.
Yay. So I was just explaining that Q&A on College Prep Express is an opportunity for folks like yourself or students to video in on Google Hangouts and ask questions about what's going on in school. If they have specific homework problems, for example, that would be perfectly fair game. If students have questions about how to play the college admissions game from standardized test taking to courses they may want to take, to how to get the best grades in those classes, to what do I do on a college campus if I go to visit, to how do I deal with the Common App, it's such a pain in the butt, to how do I write my essay, anything, in other words, sky's the limit. The whole raison d'etre for College Prep Express is to help kids get into their first, second, and third choice colleges and to reduce the stress around that process. So that's part of the reason why we're doing this series, to offer information and answers to questions that arise in the minds of students and families. So, Rebecca, do you have anything that you wanted to talk about?
Well, I heard that you have to get started with your kids really early, and I have a daughter that is in middle school, and I heard that that's when you really have to start doing this to have a chance to get kids in a good school. Is that true?
Well, that's a very good question. I mean, and I have to choose my words carefully in responding, because on the one hand, yes, it is a good idea to get started early, but on the other hand, no, you don't want to make your kids crazy and add stress to the whole stressful experience of going through high school with a mind towards getting into the best college they can. So some things I think does make a difference to think about and start early. For example, um, in terms of the course of study, the level of courses that are offered to your kids in high school is predicated on the classes that they're in middle school. So even though we like to tell middle school students that your grades don't count, certainly no colleges ask about what grades did you get in 7th and 8th grade, the grades you get in 7th and 8th grade lead to your course designations in 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. It is, of course, possible to you can start, say, as a regular math student in 9th grade, go honors by 10th grade, and end up in AP calculus as a senior. That's possible. But all things being equal, it's better to come in strong than have to rise to those higher levels. So, you know, I often counsel parents to, if they have the choice in 7th and 8th grade of having their kids take some of the advanced classes offered to them, to try it. If the courses prove too difficult and upsetting to the child, then of course you can move down. Moving down is much easier than moving up. So that's one thing to think about. Another thing to think about in middle school, at the end of middle school, I think, is some activities and volunteer experiences that you want your kids to pursue throughout high school. One of the things that a lot of seniors say they wish they had known earlier, meaning as early as 9th grade, is that when you fill out your applications, they make you, they meaning the Common App form, make you designate whether you pursued an activity in 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th grade. So if all of your activities just say 12th grade, 12th grade, 11th and 12th grade, 12th grade, they're kind of onto you that you jumped into these activities at the 11th hour to make, to look good on your application. So I'm a great believer in encouraging kids to explore, to try different things, and if they develop a new passion for, say, photography in their junior year, great, that's wonderful. But I think in the same breath, it's important to try to have a conversation with your kids at the end of middle school about some athletics or sports, for example, or activities or volunteer experiences that they may likely carry through from 9th grade through 12th grade. Because from a college admissions perspective, committees are looking for depth these days as opposed to breadth. So it's not so important to say, oh, I do 6 things. Colleges essentially think if you do everything, you do nothing well. They would much rather see depth. And so finding 1 or 2 sports or 1 or 2 activities, extracurricular in or outside of school, or volunteer community service activities to pursue from 9th through 12th grade would be a good idea. So in that sense, it's not too early to have these conversations, get your kid thinking along these lines as early as 8th grade. Does that answer your question?
It does. So should I be looking at activities that are more sports-based or school-based or not school-based? Or, I mean, are there preferences?
That's a good question, too. And the answer is no. The key is that colleges really want to see passion. And passion can take many forms. You can be passionate about soccer, passionate about field hockey. You can be passionate about playing in the jazz band, playing in the concert band. You can be passionate about acting in the school play or being in the tech crew. You can be passionate about debate society, the debate Model UN. You can be passionate about volunteering at the Boys and Girls Club or volunteering at your church or wherever. So I don't think that they care where your passion lies. I think they care more about that you have a passion. And one of the ways to prove passion is that you carry it over a number of years. It's hard to sell an admissions committee that I'm super passionate about soccer and I've been playing on the team since the beginning of my senior year. You know, that sounds a little fishy. You know, whereas if you say, hey, I've been playing soccer my whole life, I've been on the school team, JV and varsity since 9th grade, I referee soccer in my town league, I volunteer to coach in the 7th grade team, now that's believable. Yeah, we see that you're passionate about soccer. So I don't think they care whether the passion is for violin, soccer, or dancing. It's just that you have one. And so I think the thing to do is kids is talk with them about what do you feel like you want to focus on in your activities in high school. And of course their answer may change from 9th grade to 10th grade to 11th grade, but maybe there are some things by the time they arrive in high school where they say, you know what, I really love music, I'm going to throw down with the choir, I'm going to be in the choir all 4 years, or at least go into it with that intention.
Now my daughter, I live in West Hartford, and I wanted my daughter to get into this Quest program. And she didn't get into it, and I'm worried that that's going to be detrimental, that it's already setting the course for her not to be in these honors classes and stuff, and I didn't know how strongly I should advocate to force her to get into a program like that.
No, that's also a really good question. Well, first, familiarize me with Quest. I've heard of it, but I'm not connecting the dots in my head. What's that about?
Well, it's slightly mysterious to me because my daughter was not invited to be in the Quest program. But from what I can understand about it is that there's like a Quest math, and then there's a Quest that does it's basically problem-based learning.
Oh yeah,
so they
that's
take
right.
a big project and they do it over the course of the year, and then it culminates in the finishing of the project.
Right. Yeah, I knew some students who did that in Glastonbury last year, and it seems like a great learning experience. So, to answer your question, would it look good to college admissions committee? Absolutely. Anything that shows intellectual passion is a good thing. But do you have to advocate because she wasn't selected? I think, given she's in 8th grade, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little early to start, thinking about pushing the panic button. If it were junior year and she had nothing else going on, sure, maybe you'd want to advocate a little harder. But, plenty of years left. I imagine she can apply again in 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade. Again, I don't think it matters so much what the particular programs your kid gets involved in. What matters is that they're in some.
Well, it's been wonderful. You answered all my questions. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much for dropping by. And we're here every week. We're committed to doing an hour a week, either on Wednesday or Thursday nights. Usually it'll be 8 to 9. We're a little behind schedule tonight, but glad you're still awake. I'm going to sleep after this. But feel free to drop by on any Wednesday or Thursday. There's a sign-up sheet on the website under I don't even forget now. I think it's under the ePrep tab. It's under one of the main navigation menus. It says Q&A with CPE on Google Hangouts, and you just sign your email up so then we can send you an email invitation as we did with you tonight, and then boom, you're in on the video chat. So thanks
Oh, it was
again.
super easy.
Yay. Oh, good. I'm glad it was. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and I hope we'll see you again sometime.
Yep, bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So I guess that'll do it for this edition of CPE, or Q&A with CPE. It's a lot of letters. Q&A with CPE on Google Hangouts. If you have questions, and by you, I mean students as well as moms like Rebecca, we will take any questions that you have. So, you know, if you're having a hard time getting your pre-calculus homework done, or you're having a difficult time knowing what paper topic I should write on the Scarlet Letter, why not video in, and we can chat about it, and hopefully we can help you get somewhere. Okay, this is Dr. Yo. You've been watching Q&A with CPE on Google Hangouts. Thanks for watching. Bye.